If you could travel back in time and prevent one thing from being invented, what would it be? And why?
Time travel.
Oh god. What have you done? You've made a loop.
You succeeded.
You're a f***ing genius.
I was going to say I wouldn't prevent anything, but this is the best answer.
Pet rocks. Just so I could invent them and make that dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign.
It was the 1970s.
Until it doesn't work for you because you have no marketing experience and don't know how to mass distribute a product.
They only took off cause so many people got lead poisoning.
The Cats film. I don't need to explain why. You'd have to go back and prevent the book from being written. Then prevent the Broadway show, which would be based on something as weird even if it wasn't specifically cats. Because okay.
Why would you do such a thing? That looks like the funniest movie in years.
The 1998 video was lit, but this new one I agree wholeheartedly. One-ply toilet paper. Granted. Half-a-ply toilet paper is now commonplace.
You think outside the box? Bravo.
You're 10-ply bud.
I feel this on a personal level. The company I work for profits millions of dollars a year. You'd think I wouldn't have to develop calluses on my asshole just to be able to take a shit.
Sometimes with old septic tanks you gotta use it though. No excuse for it to be in fancy public bathrooms.
Granted. Poor people are no longer able to afford toilet paper and must use their hands or ordinary printer paper. Places of business now charge you 25 cents per square.
Don't get me started on how coddled the modern Amos is.
Cigarettes. The cause of far too many unnecessary slow painful death.
Did you see the Beatles movie? Spoiler, the movie yesterday. The bit when he discovered there were no cigarettes is the bit that stayed with me way beyond the idea of no Beatles music.
Sir Walter Raleigh, he was such a stupid get.
So you go back to when the Native American tribes had it?
Without cigarettes, there wouldn't be a United States.
Yeah, but presently they know what they're doing. The science is out on that one. It's their fault now.
Now everyone who would have smoked just chews tobacco and it's grosser and worse.
I do it mainly because they stink so damn bad, polluting my fresh air, and because dipshits think the world is their personal ashtray.
Reality TV.
Honestly, I think reality TV will always be a thing. Since it's so low effort, you're pretty much guaranteed some kind of ROI. If this is about how prevalent it is, blame the 2007 writers' strike.
This needs to be higher.
The wheel. Just to watch the world burn.
You are thinking about fire extinguishers. Whenever there is a fire, you don't fight it using a wheel.
Fire. So this guy can't watch the world burn.
Microtransactions. I miss the days when you could just buy a game and be done spending money while you play it.
Remember when cheat codes were just a fun free thing? Sigh, simpler times.
This, but with MMORPGs. I remember when I was young and when you downloaded an MMORPG, the most monetization, there was some sort of paid account that gave you extra perks and the like. I could spend days just running around, leveling up, and having fun. But now all the big ones are like buy the base game 4x and then spend triple that to get expansions that you need to unlock specific bits of content. I was so angry because as a kid, because I was broke and MMORPGs were one of the few free sources of entertainment I had, which wasn't much considering I played on a dinky old laptop. I tried so hard to get into Final Fantasy XIV, but just knowing I have to shell out $60 on top of a monthly sub just isn't for me. Same with EZO. My friend loaned me the base game on PS4 since he didn't like it, and I was so hyped to play it before realizing that you have to pay out the ass for chapters and expansions.
I wish you could buy a game and access all the levels and hidden stuff, like Guitar Hero, or more recently, Beat Saber. There is a song I want to play, let me play it. I shouldn't have to unlock it by playing 4 songs I never heard of. I'm an adult, I'll unlock them with a credit card.
Whoa, people actually spend money in game?
Buying PC games then all felt like collector's editions too. Hologram covers, proper game manuals, cloth maps. Nobody buys boxes nowadays. Last time I did, I got a DVD-ROM and some vouchers. Tennis. No explanation. Explanation is personal. No tennis.
Can we still have table tennis?
Yes, just yes.
As someone who loves tennis for no other reason than being exceptionally high on morphine in a hospital and watching the US Open, I will fight to the death to stop you.
Who hurt you?
Speaking with Uwuanolo. Seriously, that causes mental pain.
I know a girl who started using woo ironically. As in, she'd actually say woo as a joke. But now it's habit and she can't stop, and she cringes every time she does it.
Ooh, what you mean? Oh, whoa.
I'm sorry, woo, I didn't MWEAM to irritate you and forge you MWE pay.
My old roommates do this and it's like nails on a chalkboard.
I don't know what this means. Some kind of new swag kids are doing.
Humans. To see what other creature would dominate the planet.
Played to point out the obvious, but if you eliminate humans you won't be around to see what takes our place, assuming you're in fact human.
Humans were invented by Alberto Human in 1885.
You created a paradox. Let me explain. If you travel and kill all the humans, or prevent the Homo genre to appear, then you won't be born, and as you didn't exist, you hadn't traveled back in time to prevent the humanity. And as a result, humanity burns and you too, so you will travel in time to kill humans, etc. It's a hard decision to make. First, let's rule out ideas like fascism, communism, imperialism, monarchy, and so on. They are ideas, and hard to get rid of. Guns? No, guns are inevitable. As soon as chemistry advances far enough, guns will be figured out. And honestly, they helped spell the end of feudalism, which is ultimately good for humanity. The nuclear bomb? Okay, that's a real toughie. I think humanity should be given credit for using nukes in anger in exactly one conflict, and so horrified of it that no one, not even the crazy suicidal countries, will try it again. And ultimately, without nukes, more people, both American and Japanese, would have died invading Japan, or the US could have waited and Russia would have done worse. The internal combustion engine? I think that's another inevitable one, honestly. Though electric engines were being researched early on. Could electrical engineering have taken a huge leap instead? Maybe, but I think it would take so long that again someone's going to figure out internal combustion before a workable electrical engine is ready. I'm going to go with Roundup weed killer. That stuff is horrible. Pollutes the soil, the water, kills bees, gives farmers cancer, and holds up possibly the most evil corporation in history.
I have the same thought process. You can't really destroy ideas, so you can't really prevent anything from being invented. Even kill the inventor and someone else will think of it. There is nothing more powerful than an idea that's time has come.
Actually interested in this if you have a link where science proved it. Last report I saw from WHO was that there was a non-zero chance it had, but they couldn't prove it had. And lots of people I know, family and friends, are farmers who have used it for like 40 years, and they have used it from piping to spray or even drop from aircraft, which I'm pretty sure the MIS system of delivery is what would make it easier for it to become an issue. From what I have seen, the people claiming it is the cause 100% no doubt is lawyers looking for that fat paycheck chance.
Let it gasoline.
The atom bomb. Though that would probably make it so my great-great-great-grandparents never met, and millions of Gen Zs like me wouldn't ever been born. Time travel logic about preventing disasters is weird.
No, I wouldn't. The war with Japan could have been a lot worse if the bomb wasn't dropped.
Fair enough. But had the atom bomb not been invented, the Cold War wouldn't have had end of humanity kind of stakes, and modern fears of more nuclear bombs wouldn't be a problem. Japan's culture might not have gone down the kawaii route that it did after the trauma of being atom bombed twice, and none of the great Japanese monster movies would have been inspired by the fallout of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The point is, the drop of the atom bomb was a massive pivotal point in history. If it never happened, or if WW2 in its entirety never happened, the world would be different AF.
Could have, very true. However, Japan was already in the midst of talking about surrendering when news broke the bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. They didn't really react besides being like, well, okay. The meeting was initiated after Russia invaded Manchuria and declared war. There is actually published record of the meeting. I'd have to go and find it again, but I used it in my thesis. There is a significant amount of scholars believe that Japan truly surrendered because of Russia. I found this particularly interesting because Russia's involvement is rarely acknowledged in the West, although I still believe the bomb did obviously have significant impact in shaping Japan and their actions post-war. American living in Japan, doing my degree here.
Yeah, I do think that Nagasaki was a step too far, but I'm still not against the creation of the bomb. Very interesting to hear about Russia. I never knew that. I will try to research a bit more later today. I live in Europe and Russia gets discredited a lot in history. The discrediting is not as bad as that it is in the US. We do acknowledge the European role of the SU in WW2 though. I am quite pro-Russian in my look on history, and it mostly looks like I am the only one. Get called a dirty communist online by, probably, Americans. Then I try to defend communism, and that mostly doesn't help the situation. Luckily I am not born in the 60s. Thanks for learning me something new. Me cause why not?
My brain hurts. So if you go back in time and stop yourself from being created, then you wouldn't be around in the future to go back in time and stop yourself from being created. So then do you exist again anyways, and have the opportunity to go back and stop your creation?
Religion. While I agree that religion has done some good, I think that the number of lives lost in wars fought over religious differences greatly outweighs the good. I feel that humanity would be more unified and that we would be more technologically advanced and open-minded as a civilization. To be clear, this isn't about one particular religion, this is all religions equally.
Cell phones. I think people would live more fulfilling lives without them. I really enjoy spending time with people when we aren't using our phones and just talking and hanging out instead. But the moment someone gets out their phone, they stop talking or listening, and it's bothersome. Cell phones and social media also cause so much drama, and it's pointless. They cause people more stress than good, it seems.
Well, how about remove the addictive social media like Instagram, Snapchat and similar? Also make Twitter be more made towards news. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want more videos like this, be sure to like, comment and subscribe to Rems for more AskReddit videos in the future. See you guys next time.